The Young and the Restless reveals a place where intrigue and secrets are always present, each character has their own calculations, and the relationships are complex. The plot revolving around the Newman family, especially Nikki, Victor, and their children, is entering a climax with the appearance of Claire and Jordan. Let's dig deeper into this fascinating story. Nikki is suspicious and takes action. Nikki Newman, a powerful and experienced woman, always has a sharp sense of instability. Recently, Claire's relationship with the Newman family, especially her close contact with Victoria, has made Nikki unable to ignore. With caution and tact, Nikki secretly hired someone to monitor Claire's every move. The reports received from the monitor made Nikki even more suspicious. It seems that Claire is not just a friend or partner of Victoria. Her presence seems to hide a larger conspiracy, one that could threaten the entire Newman family. But will Nikki find enough evidence to confront Claire? Or will this caution be a double-edged sword that further strains the family relationship? Victoria and the shock of trust. Victoria Newman, Victor's heiress, is a strong woman but has often fallen into the trap of love and trust. Claire's betrayal of her, if Nikki suspects it is true, will be a huge shock. Victoria has always trusted Claire, even considering her a close friend and ally in business plans. However, unusual signs from Claire begin to appear. Hesitation in some decisions, ambiguous attitude when talking about her relationship with Jordan, and especially the fact that Claire seems to be hiding something. If the truth about Claire is revealed, will Victoria have the courage to face the fact that her long-trusted friend is actually just a pawn in a power game against her family? Or will Victoria continue to indulge in deception, not daring to accept the bitter truth? Nick Newman and the suspicion of accomplices. Meanwhile, Nick Newman, the eldest brother in the family, cannot sit still in the face of trouble. Nick has always suspected the identity of the accomplice who is supporting Ian, the great enemy of the Newman family. He begins to question the shady connections in recent events. Victor Newman, the father who always controls everything, seems to have some important information. However, he is in no hurry to share it with Nick. Is Victor waiting for the right moment to reveal the truth, or is he protecting someone? If Victor reveals that Jordan, a mysterious figure and Claire's apparent ally, is actually working with Ian, Nick will surely be furious. This will not only damage Nick's trust in Victor, but also push the family conflict to a new level. Nick's patience is running out, and he cannot accept that his family is being threatened by traitors, Claire and her dangerous calculations. Claire, the central figure of suspicion, does not appear weak or passive. Instead, she shows confidence and is willing to cooperate with Jordan in plans against the Newman family. But what is Claire's true motive? Is she being manipulated by Jordan, or is Claire herself in control? Her act of pretending to cooperate with Jordan may be part of Claire's larger scheme. She knows how to use Victoria's trust to infiltrate deeper into the Newman family. However, Claire is not without her weaknesses. Nikki's stalking of her could soon lead Claire to make her first mistakes. Secrets are slowly revealed. As the pieces of the puzzle fall into place, the Newman family will face a series of new challenges. What will Nikki do with the information about Claire? Will Victoria be strong enough to stand up after the shock of being betrayed by someone she trusted? And will Nick, with his instinct to protect his family, find a way to deal with Ian, Jordan, and Claire? Victor, as always, may be the one who holds the key to solving everything. But will his decisions protect the family or inadvertently create more distance between the members? Yonder has always attracted viewers with its complex relationships and unexpected plots. With the appearance of Claire, Jordan, and the secrets related to Ian, the story is entering its most intense phase. The upcoming episodes promise to bring many shocks and intense emotions to the audience. Will the Newman family survive this ordeal, or will the machinations tear them apart? Victor, a man of extraordinary insight and courage, is faced with a shocking discovery involving Ian Ward, a cunning con man and his arch-nemesis. What is even more surprising is that this discovery seems to be linked to a Jordan impersonator swap at the prison facility, a carefully planned plot to fool the Newmans. Victor cannot keep quiet about this information for long. He decides to share his discovery with his son, Nick Newman. But instead of being grateful for his father's sharing, Nick quickly becomes angry. With clues about Ian and Jordan working together, Nick begins to feel like he is being drawn into a deep web of conspiracy, where every move leads to new dangers. Nick has always suspected that Ian cannot act alone. It seemed like everything had been prearranged, and the mastermind behind the whole scam was Jordan, the man Nick had once thought was no longer a threat to his family. When Victor revealed the truth, Nick's anger was uncontrollable. He felt betrayed by the system and the people he trusted. "Why does it have to be about Ian Ward?" Nick roared, his eyes filled with rage. Victor understood his son's frustration, but he also realized that letting Nick join in this fight could hurt his larger plan. Meanwhile, Claire Newman, with her scheming nature and skillful manipulation, was playing a dangerous game. She acted as if she was willing to cooperate with Jordan against the Newmans. Claire pretended to sympathize with Jordan, spoke hateful words about the Newmans, and insisted that it was time for revenge. In her heart, Claire was plotting a completely different plan. She has no intention of helping Jordan, and instead quietly approaches Victoria Newman and Nikki Newman to reveal the entire plot. "We can't let her continue to threaten our family. But I think we need to take a different approach," Claire tells Nikki, trying to convince them not to call the police right away. Victoria and Nikki Newman, the dilemma. Victoria and Nikki are initially shocked by Claire's information. They want to immediately call the police to prevent any plot that could harm their family. However, Claire advises them to think carefully. "If we do it now, Jordan will find a way to hide. We need a smarter plan to expose her completely," Claire argues, trying to convince them to be patient. Claire also wants to exclude Victor from the plan. She believes that Victor's hot-tempered and decisive nature will make a mess of things. "If we let him know, he will never let me continue with the plan. Let me do it my way," Claire said, her eyes shining with fierce belief in her strategy. An intricate plan and a preset trap. Claire had every intention of betraying Jordan. After learning the entire plan of her enemy, she had secretly gathered evidence, preparing to set the perfect trap to force Jordan to bow down. Every move she made was carefully calculated, from how to gain Jordan's trust to how to manipulate Victoria and Nikki. Jordan, unaware of Claire's plot, trusted her completely. "With your support, I will definitely make the Newmans pay," Jordan said, confident that he had the upper hand. But just as Jordan was about to make a move, Claire suddenly turned the tables. She approached Victoria and Nikki again, this time with full evidence in hand. "This is where we end Jordan's game," she said, a cold smile on her face. With the authorities notified and all the evidence presented, Jordan and Ian are backed into a corner. However, the story doesn't end there. Victor has always been a character who can't be easily eliminated from any game. Will he be able to accept Claire taking matters into her own hands, or will he return to reclaim control? With the complexities of the Newman family's relationships and intrigues, it's clear that this is just the beginning of a new series of conflicts. The Newmans, once again, face enemies not only from outside but also from within their own family. Can they overcome and protect their name, or will there be another shock that shakes everything? The drama continues to escalate as Claire Newman seems to have the upper hand in trapping Jordan, but her own plan is in danger of falling apart before the week is over. Meanwhile, the intrigue, suspicion, and tension between characters like Phyllis Summers, Billy Abbott, Sally Spectra, and Chelsea Lawson reveal new aspects of their complicated relationships. Claire Newman and the Jordan Trap. Claire has spent a lot of time planning how to trap Jordan and expose her entire scheme. However, Claire's confidence may be her biggest weakness. Jordan, who is cunning and calculating, is not easily fooled. Claire has built up Jordan's trust by swearing loyalty and working together in her plan to get revenge on the Newmans. Little does she know that Jordan has begun to doubt Claire's integrity. Claire's little actions, such as her occasional unexplained absences or her averted gaze when Jordan asks about the details of her plan, lead Jordan to secretly follow her. As Claire is on the verge of completing the final steps to overthrow Jordan, an unexpected incident occurs. Jordan discovers that Claire has been secretly providing information to Victoria Newman and Nikki Newman. In a surprising turn of events, Jordan begins to plan a counterattack, turning Claire from the instigator to his prey. Phyllis Summers and the emotional investigation. Phyllis Summers, with her inquisitive nature and keen sense of emotion, is trying to extract a confession from Billy Abbott. Phyllis knows that Billy is hiding something, and she doesn't hesitate to use all her skills to dig deep into his mind. Billy has just returned from a trip to Paris with Sally Spectra, and although he tries to act normal, Phyllis notices something is wrong with his actions. Is Paris beautiful, Billy? Or is there something more special than the scenery that keeps you coming back? Phyllis smiled, But her sharp gaze made no secret of her desire to dig for information. Billy, accustomed to Phyllis's pointed questions, tried to dodge by changing the subject. But Phyllis did not miss the opportunity. She emphasized that he seemed to be obsessed with Chelsea Lawson, especially since Chelsea was about to move to the farm with Adam Newman and Connor Newman. "Are you trying to get over Chelsea by using Sally?" Phyllis asked, her tone both challenging and sarcastic. Billy was flustered by the words, but he quickly regained his composure. "You don't know what you're talking about, Phyllis," he replied, but his evasive gaze said otherwise. Phyllis wasn't just interested in Billy's love life. She also wanted to know the details of his first move in the plan of revenge against Victor Newman that he had mentioned. Phyllis knows Billy will never give up on defeating Victor, but she suspects that his personal feelings are getting in the way. "Where's your big plan, Billy? Or have you forgotten about Victor to get caught up in petty things?" Phyllis asks, putting Billy in a difficult position. He knows he needs to keep it a secret, but the pressure from Phyllis almost forces him to reveal what he's been secretly preparing. Chelsea Lawson and Phyllis's anger. Tensions escalate when Phyllis realizes that Billy's concern about Chelsea is more than just an old concern. With Chelsea about to move to the farm with Adam and Connor, Phyllis worries that Billy still has feelings for her. She begins to criticize Billy, claiming that he doesn't really care about Sally and is just using her to forget Chelsea. "Do you think running away from your true feelings by hurting others is the best way to deal with it?" Phyllis says, her voice filled with anger. Her words leave Billy speechless. He can't deny that a part of him still has feelings for Chelsea, but he also knows that he can't let that ruin his plans. While relationships and personal emotions are being pushed to the extreme, the bigger question remains: will Billy really carry out his revenge plot against Victor, or will he let his personal emotions cloud his decisions? Can Claire overcome Jordan's suspicions, or will she fall victim to her own schemes? With relationships and plans being pushed to the limit, one small mistake could change the whole situation. Tensions, intrigue, and betrayal are waiting to explode, keeping the audience glued to the action.